Hi friends, thanks for tuning in. This is a reading for the collective. It's an energy transmission for the full moon in Gemini on December 12th. I'm not an astrologer, I'm a channel. This is going to be a channeled transmission that will describe the energies that are available to the collective during this time period. The energy of this reading will be active for sort of a 2-week window, basically from the new moon until, from the full moon until the new moon. And it's relevant whenever you watch it. So if you're coming across this somehow later, you've just discovered my channel and you found this video and you're watching, even if it's not December, it can still be relevant. So just watch through and take what you need from this reading. Please tune in with me while I'm shuffling. Bring all of your presence and awareness to this reading. I'm asking you to contribute your energy to this reading by checking in with your higher self and your guides and asking them to connect with my higher self and guides so that we can create a feedback loop of information that will bring forth messages that are relevant and tailored for you. Please don't multitask while you're watching this reading. Maybe you want to grab some headphones as well so you can really pay attention and tune in and collect everything that's here for you and not be wasting your time by having other things going on. So let's take a look at what's happening energetically for the collective around this time. It's 12 of December, full moon in Gemini. But this is not necessarily about the full moon. It's not even necessarily about the astrology. This is just a channeled message for the collective. So after I do this first part of the reading, I'm going to take my Morgan Greer deck and pull a few cards for each sign to give a little bit more specifics on how that energy may be playing out for individuals under the influence of specific zodiac signs. But again, it's not an astrology report. So, last shuffle. All right. Interesting. Hierophant is at the bottom of the deck, upright. We have from the major arcanas in this reading, we have the Universe card, which is the world from other tarot decks. It's called Universe in this deck. Paired with the Wheel of Fortune, called Fortune. We have also from major arcana, Temperance is the crossing card. In this deck, it's called Art. Emperor is here in the position that we are coming into this reading with. There's also the Sun in this reading in reverse. So let me tune in here and see what I can pull up. I'm feeling an energy that's giving a kind of stability. Stability is here, but it somehow is expressing in a way that is maybe feeling a bit like it's kind of like what needs to be removed or dissolved or stripped away in order to reach that point of stability. But it's so for some of you, hearing me say stability may feel like triggering or upsetting or irritating in some way because you may not feel that right now. You might be going through some circumstances where things feel really unstable because there's like a removal process happening where things that are outmoded or outdated or incongruent with who you are authentically is getting stirred up and shaken up a little bit, and that's making you feel a little bit unstable in some ways in your life. But it feels to me like there is energy of growth and pushing onward and upward in your personal development, in your spiritual practices, and in your the way that you are expressing your true nature through life is being evolved, and that the energy of evolving is always a little bit challenging because it's pushing you into areas where you may not have been comfortable before or where you may not have had much experience. But that is actually bringing you closer to your more authentic true self with integrity and in alignment. And there's definitely Saturnian energy in this reading, and I know from looking at some astrology online that there is a Venus and Saturn conjunction happening around this time. So with the awareness of that, there is some energy here around, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse at the heart of the reading, crossed by Temperance. So what this is telling me is that there may be, for some of you, you might be experiencing a situation at this time where your illusions of grandeur may be shattering. And that also may be making you feel some instability in your life, but actually it's bringing you closer to a stability by removing that which is delusional, by bringing awareness to you of what is actually not really genuine or authentic or realistic for you on a personal level. And the crossing card being Temperance here is saying that there's a need for a reconciliation, not necessarily with another person, but it's talking more about reconciling within you that which has been your, maybe what has been real or true for you, that is now being stripped back and revealed to show that it was maybe not authentic or genuine, or maybe it was not, that there was some delusional aspects to the way you may have been approaching your certain circumstances. So the crossing card here being Temperance is saying that there is a need to find balance, to come to wholeness, to work with forgiveness of the self, and maybe cleansing your personal space by working in cooperation with that which is being revealed, and maybe that which is being stripped bare. Like looking at your experience through the lens of understanding that there is a higher wisdom at play here that is helping you to restore yourself to your truest north, and that may require some deconstruction of the things that you have created for yourself, which may not have been rooted and firmly anchored into a foundation of realness and truth. We have the Emperor here in this position of the reading. That's the number 4 from the Major Arcana. That's the energy of stability and groundedness and a firm foundation that I'm talking about. So what else is in this reading? We have 2 pages. 2 pages. So the pages are bringing in energy of kind of a vitality, a youthful vigor that you need to bring to your circumstances right now, a kind of humility of realizing that you maybe don't know everything and that you're in a learning curve right now. That's really important, I think, to remember, to be able to, grasp the challenges that you may be facing right now and approach that with, a sort of genuine willingness to learn and to absorb information and to change, and realize that you don't know everything that there is to know, and that there is a like coming to the situation with a genuine inquisitiveness that will help you really make the most out of what challenging aspects you might be dealing with at this time, in a way that will genuinely bring you towards a growth of increased awareness of the self and your role in the grand matrix of it all. So in this quadrant here, we have, as I said, 2 Major Arcana cards, Wheel of Fortune and the World, which is Universe in this deck. So what I feel this is saying here, this is bringing a really beneficial energy, a very positive blessing to this reading, saying that, yes, while you may be experiencing some challenges and there might be some difficult circumstances that you're facing, while certain delusional energies may be being revealed to you, and there's a kind of stripping back energy that I feel in this reading. This is helping you to see that this is the universe working on your behalf, that you're being really supported by life, by whatever you call God, or whatever you define as like the ultimate intelligence that is kind of supporting and generating all of this life force that we have to work with, and that there is a movement here towards your expansion in an energetic way. You're evolving, you're growing, your development is being really supported here. And with that comes like some purification and letting go and release, and a need for, again, equanimity and balance and harmony within, to actually sustain the changes that are occurring in a way that is very manageable, and you are not sort of thrown off too hard by your experiences by being overly emotional about the experiences that you're dealing with, but coming from a place of kind of cool, calm, and collected. That's what I feel with these two cards. You have the Sage of Cups and the Two of Crystals. Crystals are the swords element in this deck. So this is talking about having a calm mind and an emotional intelligence, and approaching whatever changes you're dealing with right now from that place, and not allowing yourself to get too overly reactive or responding in a way that might affect your ability to calmly handle what it is that you're facing. In the hopes and fears quadrant of this reading, we have the Sun reversed with the Ace of Cups reversed. So this is telling me that, again, you might be sort of a little bit feeling like you want to contract away from whatever challenging aspects you're facing right now. But the hopes and fears here are saying that the Sun energy with the Ace of Cups in reverse is that there is a need for you to sort of rise up to meet what you're dealing with. And that the Sun energy with the World and the Fortune card here are all sort of saying like there is so much universal life force energy that's pulsing in to kind of support us while we go through these kind of, it's like a turning over energy, like what has been is not necessarily what is going to be. And so we need to be willing to stay open-hearted, open-minded, to stay lucid, to be available to the changes, and understand that there is a lot of beneficial energy in what changes are occurring. And it may feel difficult and challenging and very constraining, but it's necessary to bring us to the new place that we're getting to. And so the outcome cards here, we have Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Ten of Wands. In this deck, it's called Growth. It's a very different interpretation from the Rider-Waite deck, this Ten of Wands card. This is, again, talking about, as I mentioned with the pages, there's this energy of newness, of growth, of bringing a need for us to bring an awareness of, or an approach to what our experiences are right now, of learning and open-mindedness, inquisitiveness, of genuine inquiry and seeking of growth, seeking of expansion, seeking of understanding. And the Three of Pentacles there at the crowning card position of this reading feels like that is simply, this is simply what I feel like. This is simply about a collective push. It's a collective push. There's nothing personal here. Everyone is going through the same kind of challenging aspects and changes, and each person will have that expressed in its own way in their own life. But this is just simply saying that what's happening now is for everybody, and it's not something, you're not under some personal attack. There's no agenda of the universe to specifically make your life difficult. No, we're all experiencing changes. We're all developing. We're all growing. We're all learning. We're all transitioning into a new life form. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Right, Hierophant, Ten of Crystals reversed, Nine of Crystals, and the Tower. Yeah, basically what I just said. There is some deep schooling going on here with the Hierophant. There is a lot. I feel like with that on a more collective level, the Hierophant card here feels a bit like this is speaking more in terms of government bodies, institutions, organizations. The changes that are occurring on that level may feel, as I've described here, there's like delusion and aggrandizement and excessive authority and power being expressed, and some controlling, like pressing energy on the collective as a whole. But with the Tower card here, it's kind of describing that there is this push right now where there is a lot of changes occurring, and it may look really awful right now actually, but there is like a long-reaching arc, what I feel with that, where there is a turning over happening, and we may not see actually the result of that transition or that turning over into a new life form for some time, but that's the process we're in right now. And I think what's important here is to bring an energy of endurance, of strength, of willingness, of compassion, of understanding, and also creativity with that too, like figuring out how to channel the energies that we may feel that are challenging and difficult and constraining, and push them into areas where we can use it to transform and create and evolve ourselves. Okay. that was a download. So that feels like it for the general reading. I'm going to try to keep this pretty succinct so it's not too long for you to just be sitting and watching. I'm going to take the Morgan Greer deck now and shuffle again. We're going to pull a few cards for each of the zodiac signs. Again, this is not an astrology report. So I would suggest that you watch through all of the readings for each of the signs, because it will certainly provide some insight in different areas of your life, not necessarily about your, don't be attached to your sun sign or the person you're cross-watching for. All of the information here can be relevant and applicable and practical if you apply it in your life. You may also want to look at, if you're into astrology though, you could look at what house each sign falls in and apply the messages to that area of your life if you like to do it that way. So we're going to start with Sagittarius, since we're in the Sagittarian time of the zodiac. So make sure you're tuning in with me while I'm shuffling. Send your energy into the deck so I can get really clear messages here for you. All right. Sagittarius. Four of Pentacles reversed, Chariot reversed, and Death reversed. Okay. Four of Pentacles, Chariot, and Death, all reversed. What this is saying to me is that you may be feeling a little depleted in certain areas of life. You may be feeling like, it's this sort of turning over energy. Maybe things that you've been investing in energetically, with either your time or your money or your effort, may be feeling like it's futile and it's not actually the correct direction for you to work in. And if that's the case, really listen to your intuition on that. And I feel to say here that for some of you, if you're feeling like that's true for you, like access the energy of death here and use this moment to transition and to transmute your energy, and be aware that if you already have an intuition about something, or if you're feeling depleted by a project or a person or something that you've been putting a lot of effort into, and you already feel like it's what's the right word? Like I'm feeling this energy of bottomless pit, right? If that's how you're feeling, if you're feeling like something you're putting effort into is going to be a bottomless pit that will just keep taking energy and sucking, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Transition. Use energy of death to realize the truth about something and be really pragmatic about it and change direction. Change direction. Don't keep putting energy to something that you don't think will actually eventuate to something worthwhile, worthy of all the energy and effort that you're putting in. Just be practical about it and don't overly be emotional about something. Just see it for what it is, and don't keep pouring energy into something that is depleting you. Capricorn, Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Sun. Gorgeous. Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Sun for Capricorn. What is this? I feel like this has something to do with partnership. I feel like there could be, for some of the Capricorns watching, you may be kind of courting someone that you really feel strongly about and that you may be interested in, like forming something more serious and more like dedicated with. But somehow there is a way that this is affecting your confidence or your well-being in some regard. I want to take one more to see what that's about. Three of Pentacles. Okay. So it could be a collaboration in a work way, in a work project or a creative project. It could be collaboration in life, in partnership, something along those lines. This Nine of Cups though, one more card. Empress. That's interesting. I feel that what's here is that you may be so I feel like there's a person that you may be interested in someone and they may not know it. And you might be hesitant to approach them because you're not sure, you can't really read if they will actually reciprocate what you feel for them. And the message here is pretty clear actually. It's saying that overcome your insecurity and actually approach that person, because it seems like they will be actually pleasantly surprised that you've approached them. Please follow up with me about this. If I'm speaking to you, I'm very interested about this. I love this part of the reading. So that was Capricorn. Aquarius, Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups reversed, and Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. So we had Seven of Cups at the heart of the first reading in reverse. In this deck, it's actually called Fear. But the Seven of Cups in the tarot is actually very, it's this one. It's very Neptunian energy. This is the energy of delusion I was talking about. So this is saying here, the Knight of Cups upright, Seven of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles is that I think it's simply saying here, like if you're putting energy into something, whether it's a relationship or a project, some kind of investment, that you need to overcome whatever delusion you have about that and just be realistic and patient. Be realistic and be patient and continue to be consistent and steady and don't burn out. You know, it feels like it's something worthy of your attention and time and effort. So overcome whatever delusions of grandeur you may have about that thing or any confusion you have about that thing. Eliminate your doubts and uncertainties and just keep focusing on being patient and consistent. Who was that? Aquarius. So we have Pisces now, Judgment, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit. One more. It's Five of Swords in reverse. So Judgment, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Hermit, and Five of Swords in reverse. This is for Pisces. What does it mean? I feel for some of you that are watching this, you may have been going through an awakening process that may be kind of going on for quite a long time, and you may be feeling really impatient and maybe even defeated or disheartened by this process. You may feel like there's never going to be an end to it, that you may never come out the other side of it and with any kind of understanding or awareness about what the fuck you've been going through. So this is just a little bit of encouragement here from your guys to say, keep going. Stay patient and consistent as well, like we said in the previous reading there. The Hermit here is suggesting that you may need to just continue with the healing process that you've been in. You may need to approach it. This could be suggesting that you might need to approach your challenges from a slightly different perspective. Maybe you've been, like, let's say you've been sick, for example, physically ill. You may need to approach your healing process from the perspective of a more energetic inquiry to understand or get more clarity and help resolve whatever it is that you've been going through. But don't give up. That's what I feel here with these four cards. Don't give up. Keep going. You're definitely making progress. What's jumping out to me now about these cards is all the light. Like, there's this light and fire here. There's the sun here. There's the light that the Hermit is carrying, and then there's the sun here and this card here. So there's this energy of like, there is what it is that you're hoping to understand or see or realize is on the horizon. It's on the horizon. Just keep moving towards it. Keep moving towards your own wellness and your own wholeness, and know that you already are healed and whole, and just keep working to overcome any lack of clarity that you may have. Continue to work on self-love, continue to have endurance, and you're getting there. You're doing really well. Just keep going. Don't let impatience or delusion or dissatisfaction in the process prevent you from continuing that which is actually well underway. That was Pisces. Aries, Ace of Swords reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Moon reversed. Aries. One more. Ten of Cups reversed. Excuse me. Ace of Swords reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Moon reversed, and Ten of Cups reversed. Aries. I feel like what's being described here is that you may be approaching a conundrum that you have either about a person or about yourself from the wrong perspective. Not that there's anything right or wrong, but I feel like you need to approach the issue from a different angle and think about it, or seek to make inquiries about it from a different perspective, from a different angle. And then you may get some resolution. Just a second. For some of you, what I feel is here is that you may have felt like a person that you've been dealing with has behaved poorly towards you, and it maybe has been disloyal. That's what I'm getting here with these 4 cards. You may feel some kind of betrayal or backstabbing energy. But and it's not for me to say that that's not what has happened, but what I'm getting here from your guides is that you need to look at the situation in a different way, to try to understand it, because I feel like there may be some suspicion or some paranoia in your energy that's making you see something that may not really be there. I don't want to diminish what you're feeling or try to dismiss your experience. That's not what I'm saying here, but your guides are asking me to show you that there could be a different solution or a different approach to what is challenging you right now that could actually help you resolve what it is that you're experiencing that's difficult. Taurus, King of Swords reversed, 8 of Wands, and 2 of Cups reversed. One more. 7 of Wands. King of Swords, 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups reversed, and 7 of Wands. So these 4 cards. What is it? I kind of feel like there could be someone who's trying to approach you, and they're also kind of feeling a little bit lacking in confidence because they see you as sort of maybe a bit defensive. For others, that's not for everyone. That could be for single people. For people who are already in a partnership, there could be some miscommunication that is causing a little bit of dissonance in the moment. And again, there's this energy of defensiveness that is making it a little bit difficult for a resolution to happen. And again, I feel like there could be just a need here for you to approach the situation from a different perspective so that communication channels can be opened. That was Taurus, Gemini, Ace of Cups, 7 of Swords reversed, and Magician reversed. I want one more card. Queen of Swords. So Ace of Cups, 7 of Swords reversed, Magician reversed, and Queen of Swords. I'm hearing opening to grace. Again, there seems like some issues around trust or manipulation. Could be you or from the other side. But you may not... I feel like this Ace of Cups and this Queen of Swords here is kind of talking about... like these are kind of like on the outside, and then these 2 cards are on the inside, right? So some issues around trust or manipulation may need to be brought to the surface and actually aired out, because what it seems like is right now there's like I'm hearing banished. That's weird. What does it mean? What's jumping out to me right now about this card, and I've never actually noticed it before, is that in the center of the cup, there's this glowing orb of energy that's sitting inside the... So I had been chatting away there about the Gemini reading here, not realizing that the camera had stopped rolling. So somewhere in there I was talking about how it could be describing here that there is some mistrust issues and maybe some manipulation, maybe some incorrect communication that needs to be addressed here with love and compassion and raw, real truth to slice through and eliminate anything which is delusional or mistrue, untrue, or dishonest or manipulative, and put an end to any kind of inappropriate misuse of energy or language or power. That's what I feel for Gemini. Cancer. Five of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, Four of Wands reversed, and Six of Swords reversed. So it seems like could be some issues here around the physical body, physical comfort, home life, finances. And maybe for some of you, there could be a need here to there could be some chronic ailment that some of you might be dealing with, some kind of physical ailment that you may need to go back in your history of your emotional life. That's what I feel, to resolve some kind of health issue that maybe has been ongoing. Maybe there's been some flare-ups that have you've been dealing with, that repeating, some sort of repeating ailment. That's what I feel is here. So if that's true for you, seek to inquire. It's similar to what we had with the other reading where we had the Hermit card in there. Seek to inquire about your situation through different avenues than you have been currently. Look at emotional things. Look at maybe you want to approach with say homeopathy instead of just regular allopathic medicine, or maybe you want to seek, hypnotherapy even with this Six of Swords reverse. I feel like there's something here about going back to the past and going into your memory and into your history to unlock and uncover information that may help you resolve an issue with regard to a physical ailment or some type of issue around abundance, or anything to do with being grounded and stable in your life. There's some kind of emotional thing or a specific event that happened in your past that is connected to how that is playing out now. And I think you'll be able to better heal and resolve that situation if you understand the core principle of why that event or why that thing is repeating, by tracing it back to something from the past. So that was Cancer. Leo, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Six of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. Really interesting. Wow. Two threes and two sixes. Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. So just a second. Leo, this seems like it's describing here some kind of disparity in relationships that feels like your approach or your endeavors or your goals and aspirations in relationships may not be being met by the person that you're relating with, and that's causing some pain and challenge here. So there is a need, I feel here, to say seek to redefine your goals and aspirations and find a greater balance and harmony and reciprocity in relationships. And that may mean changing your relationship. Obviously, it's about you first. You have to recalibrate and readjust your energetic system to be more in alignment with what's true and authentic for you, and overcoming, again, what we said from the first reading, overcoming any delusions, and maybe just needing to understand that maybe the person you're relating with is on a different wavelength, and that's okay. But if you continue to keep investing energy and time into an event or a person or a job or a situation where you may not be being met by the others or the other, then the pain, there's no place to lay blame. There's no place to lay blame. You need to adjust and be realistic about what the other or the others are capable of, and maybe adjust your expectations so that you're not continually feeling pain and triggered by this lack of reciprocity. There's a lack of reciprocity here. I feel that's it for that. I don't need to say more. There's something here about you needing to see things for what they are, and to actually turn and face the truth of what others are capable of, or what you're asking, or what your expectations are, and adjust accordingly so that you don't continually feel disappointed or betrayed or let down by others. Leo. Virgo, Eight of Pentacles, High Priestess, Knight of Swords, one more, and the Devil. What I feel is here for Virgo is that you may be feeling really inspired right now to super duper focus on work on your specific craft. And for some of you, that's something metaphysical, something within the healing arts, something kind of mystical, transformative, transcendental. I get, what else do I need to say here? I feel with these four cards, I'll hold them up for you. I feel what these four cards are saying here is that that's very noble and honorable, that's your approach, and that's what you're focusing your energy on. And I feel like that is true and authentic for you. But with the Devil showing up here, I feel to say, be careful that you don't obsess too much about what you're doing, and that you take a steady approach to what you're undertaking. And be careful also that you don't flash and burn with something that you are putting so much effort and energy into, and then maybe you get a little disheartened because you don't get the return that you're looking for in an immediate way. So slow and steady, patience, consistency, and balance. That was Virgo. After Virgo is Libra, right? Libra. Four of Swords reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and the Star. Okay. Four of Swords reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Ten of Swords, and the Star. So some type of challenging or difficult situation, which maybe has affected your confidence and maybe left you feeling a little bit depleted, is actually bringing you to a clearance or a healing. And that, how do I say that? Just give me a second here. Okay, so something you may have been putting a lot of effort and time and energy into, which may not, again, have culminated or resulted in the reward, or in the accolades, or in the appreciation that you may have felt was due, is it's important to not see it as a waste of time, or as a loss or a disappointment, but rather view all of the circumstances that have been playing out and your place in it, both the thought forms that you've been creating and the emotional energy that you are sort of dancing with in regard to the issues that you're facing. It's all part of a healing process. And there's also something here for someone in particular. This could be just a message for one person. Something that you've been working on may not have turned out in the way that you thought, but it's saying here to continue working on it, actually, because there is something else that will come out of it that's entirely different from your original idea, that will be completely innovative. So what you've been working on, while it may have felt frustrating and disappointing and not getting you anywhere, it's actually leading you on to the thing that is actually really truly for you. So keep going, don't give up, but also be careful if you're too attached to the thing that you started on, and you're missing on the point that there is actually something that's, trying to come in, but you may not be seeing it because you might be obsessing too much over this thing that you're trying to do. Just maintain a level of receptivity and openness to something that is actually like a universal idea or something, some kind of psychic information that's trying to enter your field is there. You just need to like tune into it enough to actually be receptive to it, and be aware that if you continue to obsess and focus too much on something that you might be viewing as a failure, you could miss that piece of information. Libra, I hope that helps. After Libra is 11, Scorpio, right? Scorpio. 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Beautiful. One more. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Super duper lovely. Scorpio is having a good time right now. 2 of Swords reversed, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. So this is giving me an energy here of like something really fun and playful, communion, you feeling good, you overcoming some doubts, and bringing all this energy into some kind of playful celebration that is bringing you through an entry point where there is something potential of new expression, new development, something new in the physical manifest world. So there's something fun, playful, and celebratory, and you really feeling empowered and in the spotlight. I think we've been all the way around now, Scorpio. Scorpio was the last we came back around, Scorpio to Sagittarius. Did I miss anyone? Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we've been all the way around. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it through to the end, I really appreciate your time. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope you found some things in there you can work with. As I said, it's a general reading, so just take what you need and work with that in the best way that you can. Thank you for your support, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next reading.